Good morning, family. Happy Sunday. When you see this, it will not be Sunday, but it is Sunday morning for me. Welcome to HGW Community 72, or I should say it's Sunday today. Not this Sunday for me, but it is Sunday today. It is a bright October morning here in Connecticut. We're at 52 degrees. It's supposed to actually get up to like mid 80s, which is like crazy. But anywho, I want to welcome all of those that are new to the channel. Those that are not new to the channel, welcome back. I am actually on my way to my part-time. It has been months since I did a video of me on my way to my part-time. Early, gotta be there for 8 o'clock. But anyhow, let me get into this video. I think I'm going to title this Step Back and Observe Others. Step back and observe others, something like that. You know, in life, and this video is going to talk to how sometimes you get these quirks about people that are in your presence, and you get these little glimpses of, did they just do that, or did they just say that, and or something will come back around to you and you're like, well, I only told 3 people. And so now you've narrowed it down to is one of the 3. Usually things like that take place like in at your employer. And so what we have to do is step back from the relationship. That relationship can be a friendship. It can be a relationship. It can be your employer. You have to step back and observe what is like right in front of you, what is really going on in front of you. And what is it that's causing you to have to step back? What does stepping back look like? So usually, the thing that may be causing you to step back and observe your friendship, your relationship, your situation at your employer, is usually you will be in the presence of your friend, let's say your friend, and they have said something or done something that makes like the light bulb, or send up a red flag, or not even a red flag, a caution sign. The caution sign has gone up, and you may be sharing something, usually with a friend. You have shared something with them. You got a promotion. You have been talking about, you have taken certain classes, you've gotten a certification so that you can move to the next level. And usually, you know, you pass your certification classes so that you can move into the next position. You've interviewed for the next position, and you share this goal of yours with a good girlfriend of yours, because you don't have many. I know I don't. And they will change the subject. You're talking to them, oh, you know, I took a certain test and I passed it, and girl, I had to just call you and tell you I got my results, I passed. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, they'll totally change the subject and not talk about something not even related to your job. And you find yourself doing that type thing. Did she just do what I think she did? Yep, she did exactly what you thought she just did. She just totally dismissed what should be a celebratory moment. Step back and observe. And so you go through the interview, you get the position. Let's say 6 weeks later, you call your same girlfriend, or you guys out to lunch, and we're talking about kids stuff and blah 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 blah, blah and everything else, and then you say, well, because you notice she hasn't actually, the purpose of y'all going out to lunch is to, you're like, girl, let's just go out to lunch, I got the position, blah blah blah, I want to take you out to lunch, it'll be a celebratory lunch. And so that's the reason why you all are out enjoying lunch, enjoying the celebration. And you tell her all about, what this entails. And she pauses and say, oh, well, that's good. And you see the facial stop, and you're like, oh my goodness, this person is jealous. And you had to literally step back and observe. At that moment, you had to step back and observe not just that moment that led up to her reaction, but you had to step back and you had to observe, because in that moment, hindsight is 20/20, and you think back to all of the conversations you and her may have had over the last 6 weeks, and how whenever it came to you talking about the promotion you were going for, she would totally dismiss what it was you're talking about. In life, family, whenever you realize the spirit of jealousy is dealing or is operating in your friend, your spouse, your life partner, your supervisor on the job, you have to step back and observe what has taken place over the last, I'll say 6 months. And stepping back and observing means getting quiet. It means not having a whole lot of conversation with this individual, listening more to the types of conversations that they spark up with you, or if they spark up conversations with you. Do you find yourself reaching out to them more than they do you? And that wasn't always the case. Do you find yourself being called upon by that person, and you being there and you responding and helping them out in whatever capacity that you can? Do you find that they are not reciprocating that same type of behavior? That is stepping back and observing. How is this person, friend, spouse, partner, employer, how are they adding value to my life? Because most of the time, if you have to step back and observe, they're not adding, but yet more than likely they are subtracting. And it is at that point, once you have observed their behaviors, you realize that they are pulling from and subtracting from you. it is then that you draw your conclusion that I'm going to deal with this person, as my grandmother would say, with a long-handled wooden spoon. Because most of the time, there is absolutely a spirit of jealousy, envy, and strife. Because your spirit is no longer at ease, but on alert around that person. So that's just what I wanted to speak to today. When you find that your spirit, your soul is telling you to stop and observe the situation, the person, know at that point there is definitely a spirit of envy, jealousy, and eventually strife is coming along. And then you simply need to move accordingly. The spirit and the soul are definitely mirrors of what it is you need to do and how you need to move accordingly to that individual, to that situation. And as women, again, we have that great thing called intuition, and we need to move on that as well. So that's just what I want to speak to today, family. Whenever you have to stop and observe a person or a situation, understand that as your spirit and your soul letting you know that there's definitely a jealousy, a spirit of jealousy, envy, and strife operating and moving in that individual, in that situation. Family, listen, remember, as always, remember, be great to yourself because you are great. Be great to your family. They deserve your greatness. Be great to your community. Without love, self-love first, we have absolutely nothing. And as always, clarity is key. But without clarity is key. But without Lord, I don't forgot. Listen, family, I'm going to end it here. Be well.